It's time for another blistering report from the front lines of the cultural war for a constitutional America. And now, here's your host, Charles Benninghoff.
House Speaker Paul Ryan is determined to bring his so-called American Health Care Act to the floor for a vote this week. And here's the big news. You won't believe this. Not only is this bill an Obamacare bailout, as I've been saying all along, but the bill was just changed at the last minute by Paul Ryan so that illegal aliens will still be able to receive Cradle-to-Grave free health insurance from the American taxpayers. Come across the border, doesn't matter what kind of sickness you got, how ill you are, what state your health is, you got Cradle-to-Grave health care at our expense. This is one of those big moments in America where the out-of-touch politicians are determined to ram a piece of legislation through Congress, even though the vast majority of Americans are opposed to it, and we can't let this happen. Paul Ryan is a globalist. He's no longer an American, and he does not represent the American people, and he certainly does not represent or embody any of the conservative principles that he claims to uphold, not a one. Paul Ryan is determined to save Obamacare and all of its worst elements with this bill, plus make an endless stream of illegal aliens coming to this country knowing they're going to have their health care taken and paid for the rest of their life. And if that makes you angry, and it should make you angry, then subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm here every day with updates that allow patriots just like you to channel that anger into positive action. Today, I'll tell you about Paul Ryan's latest stunt with the Obamacare bailout bill, and I'll let you know how you can speak out to Congress. And if enough of us speak out, Congress will listen. If we kill Paul Ryan's bill, Congress will be forced to go back to the drawing boards, and we want to make the members of the House do what they promised. We want a full repeal of Obamacare. Americans will be best served by letting free market forces drive down costs of medical insurance, and the only way to do this is to permit all health insurance companies to sell their products across straight lines. It doesn't make any sense to create monopolies in state by state. Every monopoly increases prices, and every Republican in office in the House and Senate campaign on a promise to repeal Obamacare. Paul Ryan himself campaigned on a promise to repeal Obamacare. These GOP globalist politicians always say one thing on the campaign trail to sucker you into voting for them, but they do the opposite as soon as they're in power. This is one of those moments. I posted a copy of the so-called American Health Care Act on our action page so you can read it in full for yourself. You don't need to trust me. Go read it yourself. You'll see what I'm saying is correct. The House GOP leadership wrote this bill in secret. No one knows who wrote it, in fact. It may have been former Obama administration staffers who authored the bill because that has been kept a secret. Personally, I believe that Ryan was in cahoots with Obama, and that is indeed the reason why the Obama staff did write this new bill. When it was finally released, the GOP leaders rushed it through 3 committee hearings. We almost stopped the bill in the House Budget Committee, though, with your support, when our network of patriots spoke out against it. We fell only 1 vote short there. Congressman Lou Barletta, Republican from Pennsylvania, discovered that at the last minute, Paul Ryan's team made yet another change to this bill. Thanks to that change, if this bill becomes law, then your tax dollars will continue to subsidize Obamacare insurance for potentially millions of illegal aliens. Listen to Congressman Barletta talk about this last-minute obscure amendment to the bill. It'll shock you.
Under Obamacare, $750 million went to people who were in the country illegally, and that is over 500,000 people who should not have been getting a subsidy, got taxpayer dollars sent to them. In this bill, in this replacement bill, there is not a verification of a Social Security number before an individual gets a tax credit.
It's great that Congressman Barletta is speaking out, but his numbers are actually low. According to the Wall Street Journal and the Daily Caller, they're too low. Both of these news outlets say that illegal aliens sucked out more than $1 billion out of our healthcare system. And remember, the Obamacare studies have only been in place since January 2016. The Daily Caller says that sanctuary cities and counties where illegal aliens are shielded from deportation are ignoring federal law by enrolling illegal aliens for Obamacare subsidies. They receive free doctor visits, free shots, free prescription drugs, and even free surgeries. Free for the illegal aliens, that is, but paid for by you. And when you have to go get the same medical services, you have to pay dearly. And because sanctuary cities are covering up this scandal, Forbes magazine say we will never know the full amount of benefits that are being paid to those illegal aliens. We just know that the number is somewhere between 1 billion and 6.5 billion per year currently, not counting new illegal alien enrollees who will sign up to take advantage of the Paul Ryan Obamacare bailout. 500,000 illegal aliens that we know about are already receiving Obamacare subsidies, all paid for by you. This amendment will bring in 1 million or more. They'll come in flooding. Every poor illegal alien with a health problem from around the world will beat a path to our doorway with their hand out. So not only does Paul Ryan's bill prop up Obamacare under a different name, but Ryan has now gone out of his way to make sure that illegal aliens can still receive insurance from the taxpayers and in some way make a destiny for Ryan. This bill is a disaster. We have to speak out to stop it. As I said all along, Paul Ryan's bill does nothing to repeal the Obamacare regulations that are driving up everyone else's insurance costs. These regulations will all stay in place if this bill passes. They don't tell you that on the mainstream media. Let me repeat that. This passage of this bill will mean that all the regulations passed under Obamacare will stay in place. Those regulations are the reason why you cannot shop across state lines for better and more affordable healthcare insurance policies. We are forced to buy insurance in one of 50 separate state-run monopolies, and that is why the price keeps going up and the quality of care keeps going down. Those regulations all have to be torn down if we want to fix the healthcare system in America. It's not until competition enters into this system that the healthcare prices will go down. But under Paul Ryan's plan, if you can't afford health insurance for your family, well, it's already being paid for all by the illegal aliens. What do you matter? I don't know. I don't know where Americans fit into this scheme. At least you can rest easy at night knowing that your taxes are paying for cradle-to-grave, free health insurance for illegal aliens. We need to kill this bill on the House floor because that will force the GOP to keep its promise. If we can convince enough members to vote against it, then we can fight for what we were promised in the first place, which was a full repeal of Obamacare. Here's how you can help. Go to our action page today. From there, you can send personalized letters to Congress demanding a no vote on Paul Ryan's Obamacare bailout. We're targeting the House Freedom Caucus, but you can send letters to even more representatives if you wish. We can't afford to lose any votes right now, and believe me, Paul Ryan's team is wheeling and dealing and make promises and payouts behind the scenes and trying to bribe representatives with perks and legislative giveaways and backroom deals to pass this bill. We need your help to fight that corruption, so stay tuned. Bob Mallory will have instructions on the next screen to let you know how you can get to our action page and become your own action hero. Speak out today because the House plans to vote on Paul Ryan's Obamacare bailout very soon. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many, many blessings.
If you're on our action page on our website, use the form next to the video screen to select a program and send personal letters to Congress. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to find the link to our action page, or check the video's description to find the link. Speak out today.